Fetal alcohol almost always affects the ways a child learns. It is important for parents to share what they know about their child's needs and learning abilities with teachers and schools.
I think when we're working with families and with teachers in particular, it's helpful to talk about what skills come easily and what skills are more difficult, and then give tips and strategies for how a child can function better. For example, placing a child in the front of a classroom where there's less distraction, allowing a child to get up periodically and stand or walk around if sitting in a chair becomes too difficult.
The learning problems associated with fetal alcohol syndrome range from mild learning disabilities to mental retardation. A child's skills may be good in some areas and poor in others.
Nice job. That's a terrific looking 5.
Many affected children have strong verbal skills, but have tremendous difficulty with abstract concepts and reasoning.
Parents and teachers alike have come to believe that a good vocabulary is an indication of good general ability. And this is a real problem with FAS children, those that have a real strong vocabulary, because they appear to be so bright. And then when they go into the other subjects, it just doesn't generalize across. And it can be very, very confusing for teachers. It certainly is confusing for parents. When you hear, this is a child that's working 2 or 3 years above their grade level and doesn't understand time or can't count.
Next, we'll have work time, and we're going to do some writing today, Jessie. Good deal.
Visual information, like pictures or charts, reinforce spoken information. Besides helping Jesse plan his day, Dana is teaching language skills. Here, Dana is using hand gestures and pictures to reinforce what Jesse hears.
Next comes some quiet time. Maybe we'll put some puzzles together. Are you ready for some words?
A computer allows a child to use several of his senses in processing information, and this multisensory approach works best in teaching children affected by alcohol exposure. Also, a keyboard and a mouse are very helpful tools to a child with poor fine motor skills.
Jessie, this time we're just going to read 2 words at a time, okay? Ready?
Breaking tasks down into small, doable bites is key for children who have difficulty remembering and retrieving information.
I wish I could run like a deer.
Nice job, Jessie.
A structured classroom with a consistent routine helps a child focus on learning rather than the physical setup of the classroom. When changes are going to occur, ask the teacher to give your child extra preparation.
Okay, what kinds of things do you think you could do when it's time to take a break?
Sit in the beanbag chair.
That's a great idea.
Or I could listen to music.
That's a good idea. Okay, you ready to go back? All right.
There are no signs that children with FAS ever stop learning, although some skills will likely never be mastered. It is important to keep expectations reasonable and suited to each individual child. Parents and teachers alike will become frustrated on occasion. It helps to remember this. Most often, it's not that a child with FAS won't take on a certain task. Rather, it's that due to organic brain damage, he simply can't.
This is too hard.
When teaching math, providing concrete examples, visual feedback, and examples with physical objects such as marbles or toothpicks can make abstract concepts easier to grasp. Look for and make your child aware of strengths and special talents he has, and build on them. Request an in-service education program explaining the effects of prenatal alcohol exposure for the teachers and staff in your child's school.
Our daughter once told a policeman that her daddy chases her down the street with a shotgun. And he was quick to come and see us, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Now, that was a lie. She knew it. I think it was an attention thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are often behavioral issues for children who have fetal alcohol syndrome as well. They simply cannot seem to behave the way that other people in society expect them to. Many times they behave at a much younger level, so a 10-year-old may be behaving more like a 5-year-old. Parents often report lying, often very transparent lying. They'll often say they just don't know why they did something. They tend to be very impulsive. Many times we'll find that children have a hard time distinguishing what's public behavior and what's private behavior.
You said he's starting to mouth back at you.
No, I know, but it's not nasty. It's not a nasty mouth. It's it's an opinion. It's his own opinion.
It sounds like he's really just kind of letting you know that he's his own person, he has his own personality, but also he has to obey,
Right.
and he has to listen to you, especially in a kid like him, because he's not going to have good judgment about what's safe.
When they're accustomed to going away with adults and it being okay, and then you get to the mall and they go away with an adult and it's not okay, it's like, whoa. I used to stop and talk to people that I didn't know in the store and stuff. I don't do that anymore because I don't want to model that to my children. And maybe people think I'm rude, but I don't care.
Children with FAS benefit from prompt, clear, and consistent responses to their good behavior as well as their bad. Punishment, when required, should be related to the misbehavior. For instance, if a bike was left out in the rain, you might prohibit bike riding for a day or two. To enhance self-esteem, praise your child when she behaves well. Do not allow your sympathy for your child to interfere with consistent discipline.